Your confidence needs to be built from within. If you build it on compliments, it will shatter with criticism. Hey guys, thanks for joining me this week. I wanted to talk to you guys about confidence. So confidence is key, right? And it can be really challenging and really hard to find your inner confidence sometimes, especially when you're in a new scene, a new environment, you're in a new job, in a new circle of friends. It can be really hard to lean into that. And what I loved about that quote was that, if you build your confidence solely on the compliments you receive, then that confidence will not stand the test of time. It will be crushed with criticism, because every criticism that comes in, think of it as a debit to your positive compliment bank. It's, every compliment you receive is going to build your confidence up, and every criticism you receive is going to knock it back down. And so, one thing I've experienced being an entrepreneur and starting my own business and just being in business for all the years that I've been is that, you can exude confidence, you can seem confident, and you can be really not confident inside. And there's a lot of people out there like that. And there's a lot of people with imposter syndrome and, really fighting to prove their worth, or fighting to be seen in a certain light, or, wanting to have that picture perfect social media family and life and all that good stuff. But life just isn't like that, right? Life hands us ups and downs, and, it starts with you. Your confidence starts with you. And if you're having a lack of confidence, or you're not able to find your confidence or boost it, you've got to really work on that and dial in and do some self-reflection and figure out, what helps you feel better and what makes you feel more confident. For me, it's knowledge. I love to learn. I like to read. I like to learn new things. I can get down a rabbit hole really quickly. If I'm watching, a documentary or something, then I want to go research that person's whole life and learn about them, because I'm inquisitive and I'm curious. And I hated history growing up as a kid, didn't want anything to do with it, didn't see any need for history. I love it now as an adult, which is probably right for about age 50. And so, I worry a lot about the youth of today, and I worry about it for a number of reasons. I have two daughters, they're 27 and 28, so they're young adults. I have grandchildren that are growing up and building their confidence, whether it's young man. I have Nevin's 13. I've got JJ at 10 or 11 now, and Michael. And, they are young men that are building their confidence and learning about themselves. And then we've got the baby girls, right, in our life. So they're too little to worry about confidence right now. But as they age, that's something that I'm hoping I can help them achieve in their life. And, it can just be really hard to find and hard to search within, but it starts with you. And it starts with you believing in yourself. And so if you were to build all of your confidence on the the verbiage or what you hear from others or what you read or learn or people say about you, it could be really destructive to yourself. And, when you have that self-awareness and that self-knowledge, because you've done the legwork to be an expert or not expert in whatever you are, whatever you want to call the guru of whatever it is, then that helps you exude that confidence. But it can be tough to dial in sometimes. And all of us, even those people like myself, that people look at me and think, oh, she's so confident. There's moments that I'm not, there's moments that I'm not on. There's moments that I don't have, enough knowledge for myself to feel really confident about what I'm talking about. And so that's on me, right? That reverts back to me. I'm the person that's seeking the knowledge. That knowledge helps me feel more confident. And so that's why before I do a lot of things, I try to research, read, and get all the data compiled so that I can feel like comfortable in having a conversation on whatever that topic is. And so whether it's confidence with your appearance, love your body, love yourself. We only get one life, one shot at this life. And, you're the only person that can do anything about it. Whether you're battling weight, and I am here with you. I am a short girl. I'm only 5'3". I have battled weight most of my life. Danny and I went through the pandemic, and at the end we started losing weight. I've lost around 50 pounds and he's lost 60. And, but that helps me feel more confident. People think I'm confident as is, but it helps me because I feel like I look better. And so I'm going to feel better. And it goes with anything that you do, guys. If, whatever it is, if it's in your career, if it's in your health and your wellness, if it's in your knowledge base and what you're seeking to learn or know or be an example of or discuss, it all starts with you. And so I think self-love is something that we hear about and we know about and we think that we should do or have or be. And there's so much pressure on all of that. But if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. Like, you just can't. And so you've got to love yourself through the flaws, through all your beautiful things and through all the ugly things. And I want you most to remember are whether you think they're good or ugly things doesn't mean someone else would find that they're ugly. That might be just self-reflection, how we view ourselves, right? And what we do to take care of ourselves or make ourselves feel better is what's critical and key. So yeah, guys, like I said, it's a lot of self-awareness, self-reflection, looking within. And I'm a reflection person. So I contemplate things all the time when if I have a conversation with somebody, I'll replay it in my head that night before I go to bed. And then I'm like, did I sometimes say something that sounded off, or did they say something that sounded off? But knowing that, in those instances and having those opportunities and taking the time to reflect on the experiences and conversations and moments that I have enables me to come back and either learn, grow, or make a change on something so that the next time I'm in a similar scenario, I really just experience it in a different way, I guess. And so, it can be really, really hard to be a reflection type person, but I highly recommend it. And then it can be really hard and challenging just to show up and feel that confidence. And so looking within is really the critical key component of having confidence and exuding confidence. And so I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I walk into a room of new people, one of two things is going to happen. For me, I'm either going to be, very confident and jovial and extroverted, or I'm going to be introverted and I'm going to watch, learn, and see the people around me. I'm going to read the room. And that's just typical for me that one of those two things occurs. And I think that's probably common for most people. They're either going to be the life of the party or they're going to sit and observe and kind of work their way in. But that helps build their comfort level within the room that they're in so that they can be more confident in the conversations they're holding. And so, I just highly encourage you guys to self-reflect, be kind to yourself. And on be kind to yourself, I do want to talk to you a little bit about, if you've been following our social media, you would have seen this month that all of July, we've been doing an I Am campaign. And I talked about that on an episode prior. It was actually the idea of one of our guests that she wanted to start an I Am movement. And I agreed with her. And so I kicked off July with I Am. And I talked to my team and I said, I just want a blanket graphic that we can post every day that says, I am something. And let's encourage self-talk to each other and self-talk amongst one another and put the kindness out in the world. And so for those of you that work in the student housing field, it's our busiest time of year and we're getting ready to move all the students out and in 10 to 15 days later, move them all back in. And there's going to be a lot that happens, during that 15-day window or 20-day window for some of you that you're going to need some confidence in leading your team, B, in the confidence you're showing to the parents when they show up to move their students in. And so I know that some of you will have really great, easy turns this year, and some of you will have really challenging and hard turns this year. And for those of you that have the challenging and hard turns, this episode is going to really speak to you because you're going to need that inner reflection and you're going to need to voice your confidence level so that when you're talking to these parents that are dropping their students off, they understand and know that they're in good hands and in good care and that you're knowledgeable about your community and what you're talking about. And there's going to be some upset mamas and some upset daddies and some upset residents, and that's going to happen. They're leaving their baby for the first time. But know that you're the master, or I always like to tell my team, they're the captain of the ship, right? And so as captain of the ship, you're kind of the cruise director as well. And it's part of your job to welcome everyone into your new community, but to show the confidence within yourself and your team so that the residents know that they're in good hands and their parents know that they're in good hands. So that kind of just is a key into, my industry. But for any of you, back to the I am movement, if you start talking to yourself every day, I am confident, I am, able, I am capable. I've seen so many great words come from my team during this practice this month. It's been really amazing. And it was important to me that I and my team contribute to that effort, the I am movement of July, because everybody's going to go into turn this year, or they go every year, but at the end of this month. And I wanted everyone feeling really confident when they go into turn this year in our industry, because it is such a challenging time of year. So our hope was the I am movement would voice everyone's confident levels and help them be kind and speak kind to themselves. And then during August, we're going to do a You Are campaign as well and talk about all the things that you are and help put that out there, just as friendly reminders. And, in wrapping up this episode on confidence, one of the things I had mentioned before, and I'll continue to mention, is I downloaded an app about a year ago, and it's called I Am. And it just sends me daily notifications throughout the day. I don't even know if they're set on a timer. They just happen to pop up every so often, and it'll say, I am in charge of the quality of my life, or I am whatever. And I love getting those. And so that's what encouraged me to start the I am movement, was because of talking to Heather Vasey on a previous episode, as well as looking and reflecting on it and having that app, and how it makes me feel all day to see something that's like, I am capable, and it's just that self-reassurance. And so I encourage anybody to, download an app, find something that works for you. There's really good ones that will shoot you motivational quotes, and for whatever you're choosing to do, whether it's confidence or it's health, or, whatever you're working on personally, do the things for yourself to set yourself up for success. And things like that help boost my confidence. They make me stop and go, I am able, I am capable, I am worthy, and oftentimes we can beat ourselves up and not feel that way. And so, I feel like I've rambled a lot about confidence and a lot of different things during this episode, but this time of year in my industry is super critical. And I just wanted to give everybody some words of wisdom, if you will, going into this time of year and the season of our business. No matter what you're doing, a lot of people have hurdles they're crossing regularly, but just keep your confidence up and stay aware, self-aware and reflective. And I think it will help you tremendously. It has me. And so has having little aids like apps that tell me positive things throughout the day, especially if I'm having a hard day. It can really turn my day around. So I encourage each of you to do the same. If you've been through a hard time, or you have a super awesome thing that you do to boost your confidence when you're getting ready to do something big, share with us in the comments. I would love to hear what some of you do to get juiced up for, whatever it is, when you know that it's super critical and you've got to be game on, face on, and ready to go. What is it that you do that boosts your confidence? I want to know. Thanks, guys, for joining. Hope you have a great week, and I'll be back soon. Take care. Hey, guys, if you like this episode, please hit like and subscribe.